In the wake of the Democrats' election defeat, one public ceremony has many people asking, what the heck is going down between Jill Biden and Kamala Harris? During a Veterans Day ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery on November 11th, Joe Biden gave one of his final speeches as president.
We're the only nation, the only in the world, built on an idea. And that idea is we're all created equal.
It was a moving moment, no doubt. If you ask some, though, Biden's big moment was overshadowed by the palpable iciness between First Lady Jill Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. In a video posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, the First Lady steeled her jaw, kept her sunglasses on, and stared straight ahead during the remarks given by President Biden, seeming to ignore Harris, who was sitting right next to her. Of course, while some commenters suggested that Jill and Harris were simply watching the ceremony in silence, others claimed that the video proved the existence of a long-running grudge match between the First Lady and the VP. These assumptions were only compounded by the fact that Jill warmly greeted Doug Emhoff, Harris's husband, at the event. The two were seen leaning into each other and gabbing away as they waited for the speeches to begin. But as soon as Harris came to take her seat between them, Jill simply stared forward, icing the vice president out. And some online users claim that Jill has acted this way towards Harris before. The rupture between Jill and Harris supposedly began back in 2019 when Harris was running for president and campaigning against Joe Biden. In an early debate, Harris pushed back against Joe over his previous track record of supporting segregationist policies. This seems to have ruffled Jill's feathers. When it was decided that Joe would drop out of the 2024 presidential race, sources told the Daily Mail that Jill was upset about the push for him to step aside. After Joe pivoted to support Harris in her presidential bid, however, Jill begrudgingly followed suit. The First Lady attended some efforts to encourage people to vote for Harris and was behind several voter registration and early voting campaigns. However, it's possible that Jill's support for Harris boiled down to the fact that Harris's campaign was seen as an extension of the Biden presidential legacy. Now that Harris has lost the election, it seems all love has been lost between her and Jill. Indeed, Veterans Day was the first time President Biden and Vice President Harris appeared together since the election. This layered an incredibly somber tone over an already heavy holiday honoring those lost to war and conflicts. Harris was at Joe's side as he silently laid a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier, a silence that followed Harris and Jill for the rest of the ceremony and beyond.